Hey friends, yesterday we found some amazing pieces, some great secondhand finds while we were out thrifting. Let's go in and see if we can do it again today. I'm still doing a happy dance over those beautiful glittered glass Christmas trees. The 3 that I picked up yesterday. If you did not see those, go back on yesterday's vlog. Oh my goodness. Anybody else set up for Christmas yet? I put them in place today, and let me tell you, they might go down as one of my favorite finds. I love them so much. There was a lot of people here at the Salvation Army today. We pulled in. There was a ton of people in the parking lot. There was people coming out. There's people coming in at the same time that we were. Oh, by the way, isn't this fun? That's so fun. Kind of reminds me of, is it Harry on Third Rock from the Sun? He used to wear that big sweater. But anyway, when we were going in, a lady was coming out, and I kid you not, she had like a giant mountain armful of shoes, ladies' shoes. And I don't know if she maybe sells them and does resale with them. If not, girl's got a lot of shoes going down. So there was a little bit of furniture here today, but I think this one was what, $49.99. I tend to aim for lower prices on my furniture when I paint it. This piece was gorgeous. When I see pieces like this that have those details on them, all the wooden swirls, this is $89.99. Would you take it home? Is it too much? For me, it's way too much. But when I see pieces like that, I'm like, those would be so beautiful painted. This chair, even though it was stained, it was dirty. This color that is in this chair, which is almost like a stormy forest color, a beautiful blue color, with those colorful pillows, I don't know why, it just drew my attention. So pretty together. This was a desk, $19.99. It was a homemade desk, which if you put a little paint on that, you could, even though it was made up of different parts of wood, you put it together, it will make it look, you know, continuous and like it's all supposed to be together. It was 20 bucks, but the top was really heavy, so there was no way that was coming home with me today. Sometimes when I'm out at places like this, I'll go ahead and I'll pay up front, and even if I'm in my car or a vehicle that it can't fit and I need to go get like our van, it's nice to be able to buy it, and then they usually let you come back in a couple days, within a couple days, and pick up your goods. So I do that sometimes. So I didn't find anything in the furniture section. Like, what is this? I'm like, is that some sort of baking tin? But I think it just got moved over to this section. They make some really cool baking tins nowadays. I like this. You guys know I love my decorative candles, and this drew my attention. It just looks like a modern Better Homes and Gardens, so it's a newer piece, but for $1.99, that was a good find. I love these white vases. Oh my goodness. Anybody out there collect pieces like this? It was a little dirty, but nothing that some soap can't handle. Are you seeing anything here today that strikes your fancy that you would have taken home? These have vintage keys, so that automatically drew my attention. It was a shadow box, and even though it's beat up around the edges, I'm considering, should I take this home? Should I paint it? You know, distress the edges again, but just give it a bit of a different new look. Seeing lots of these painted mason jars around at various thrift stores. I'm not sure where they're all coming from. Have you ever noticed that, like gone to a bunch of thrift stores and feel like you're seeing the very same thing? I don't know how that happens or why that happens, but those painted jars I'm seeing everywhere nowadays. These right here. All right, tell me what you think. $2.99 a piece. They were heavy. Love it. Don't think they're real brass. Think they're just, you know, coated to look this way, look metallic. I loved them, and yep, I took them home today. This is another piece that you can get and flip with some paint and really freshen it up. Ooh, a piece of pottery up here. You know I love my pottery. I do love the colors that were used in this piece. Okay, the knobs. The knobs drew me in. I do love those crystal knobs. These bins, they just have them around the floor, and sometimes I find decent stuff in them. So it's always fun to do a little pick through. Oh, vintage looking bird, shabby looking bird. I like the bird, but the frame was falling apart. If this was a set of dishes, I just might take it home. But there was only one, and it had a hole in it. So I'm guessing it was part of something else. The color lover in me was drawn to these beautiful, beautiful goblets or wine glasses, whatever you want to call them. And when I looked on the bottom, it said that they were Avon. So I guess it's Avon glass. Does anybody know anything about Avon glass? I just think it's beautiful. And of course, this color is beautiful. I am a blue is my favorite color. What's your favorite color? So I'm drawn to blue things a lot. Blue and teal. These are some blue candle holders, which you could always paint if it's not your favorite color. All right, there is a fish tank today. Anybody need a glass fish tank? That one says happy fall, but I think at this point we're moving into winter.
Instead of an owl.
Ooh, I love that owl. That's cute. The size of this mug makes me happy. So I'm looking and looking, and I start to see that over in this section, by the way, this was super cool. Not sure what this was. Is that a glass? But over in this section, I started seeing Christmas stuff, and I was saying to Matt, look at that fun little whimsical piece. Oh, it's so cute. I was saying to Matt, though, is there another section that's devoted just to Christmas? But it looks like this was the only one. And guys, like there were groups of people. As I was moving along the store, I would have to wait and say, excuse me, just to get past everybody. I mean, there were groups, like, I swear, they were like families of people there today. So this was picked over a whole lot. I'm guessing that's why there really wasn't a whole lot of goodies here today. And, you know, just they probably got a lot of Christmas stuff. I would imagine that people are really looking for Christmas stuff. I want to get out this week and go to a spot that I went last year, and I was lucky enough to get some great vintage Christmas pieces. So stay tuned on the vlog because we're going to do that. Okay, I love cross stitch. I do cross stitch myself. I know how much work went into this piece, and I just thought this piece was absolutely darling. It did not have a price tag on it. We slid it back in, and then I came back and I grabbed it and I brought it up front, and the lady checked with somebody else and gave it to me for $1.99. This is Matt going, did you not see, Sonia, the Tim Hortons thermos that was there? If that was ceramic, like if that was a mug or something, I would have taken it home, but it was just plastic. This is a recipe box. Well, I guess it could be anything that you want it to be and store anything into it, but I'm guessing recipe box. So I decided to take that. I think it was $1.99. I decided to take it because I'm going to paint it. Ooh, this piece was pretty. Here's another cross stitch on finish piece. There was something sticky up in the corner, so I really didn't want to hold that too long in my hands. Lots of patterns here today. While I don't dressmake, this is fun for mixed media if you're a creative like me. By the way, just to let you know, if you know anybody who needs a Christmas tree this year, now's the time to go out. Did you see how many Christmas trees were up? Yeah, tons of Christmas trees out that were donated. I was looking at this trying to figure out what it was. It's a hanger, and then I'm like, do you put maybe a calendar in the middle? Or maybe it's just a hanger. And this, I walked up to it and I thought, is it like a baby's cradle? But I'm thinking it's a magazine rack made to look like a baby's cradle. There ain't no way a baby's gonna fit in there, so we're gonna go with magazine rack. Cool mirror, $7.99. Can't beat it. I've got too many mirrors as is. Matt gets freaked out with mirrors. Do you love mirrors? Are you freaked out with mirrors? Lots of trunks here today too. That's really cool for, if you want to make some side tables, stack a couple trunks together. That was a cool piece. It's just like paper glued on top of some pressed wood. I love this. I could see this painted, but it was, again, it was a little beat up, $17.49, and you could really see the damage. It wasn't real wood. And then I did not realize it. I thought it was like a wash basin style stand. And when I opened it, there was a record player inside of it. That is the prettiest looking carrying case for a record player that I've ever seen. That piece up there, it was like a cardboard flower. I love flowers. Was $9.99. I love the shabby flowers. I don't know what it is, but I do like passing by the dress section. I just love looking at all the fancy dresses. And today there was a beautiful old wedding dress there. I just thought it was gorgeous. Pieces like that with a window, you could always buy those, put a wreath over it. It makes a great piece that's universal that you could decorate for the seasons. And look at all the shoes. That's where the lady got them.